They lined up like sheep to defend a transgendered creep. But will activists eat crow for defending a cross-dressing bro? So last summer, a dude identifying as a woman, boy, he's fetching, walked into the women's locker room at an LA spa where he exposed himself to several women, according to witnesses and one horrified police sketch artist. They complained, and one filmed her confrontation with the staff. Listen to this.
It's okay for a man to go into the women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage. Your spa, we spa, condone that. Is that what you're saying? Like I asked. It's so he could stay there. He could stay there? What sexual orientation? I see a it lets me know he's a man. He's a man.
That's how you win a debate. When I see it, I know it's a man. Good. I might use that on the 5 when I'm arguing with Geraldo. Now, that video made headlines, and the spa defended the perv, probably because if they didn't, they'd be the ones breaking the law. It spawned months of protests, and the media claimed the story was either BS or that it was the patron's fault for complaining. The Washington Post painted it as clear bias against the transgendered, quoting a trans pride organizer who said, she was within the women's section, which you know is exactly where she should be. And left-wing rag Slate called it a transphobic hoax. So I guess it definitely didn't happen. And even if it did, well, the guy making his private parts public, he's the real victim. Except it turns out the person they defended is a serial sex offender named Darren Merriger. He's also facing charges over a separate incident in 2018 where his MO was identical, identifying as female to enter a women's locker room, then expose himself. At first, he said he'd fight the case in court, but then he went on the run for 15 months before they busted him. He would have been caught sooner if he ran like a girl.
A sexist would say.
Last week, he was arrested and charged with 11 felonies for the pair of incidents. So I guess the activists have egg all over their faces, which they think came from a rooster. All right, Tyrus. They interviewed this guy. There are some choice things in that interview.
That interview was like To Catch a Predator gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Because it used to be when a sex offender was caught on catch, he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Humiliated, tried to get out of it, I was just trying to teach the boy how to wrestle. I'm a Greco-Roman wrestling enthusiast, and you have to be naked to get the holds proper. I mean, my God. You know, sir, the boy's pants was around his ankles. Of course, I was trying to hold him up. Yeah. He could have fell. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not today. He was braggadocious.
Yeah.
And here's a little tidbit for all the Antifa and people that were fighting for him. He's transphobic. Has no use for anyone who is transitioning that gets plastic surgery or surgeries he went after. Yeah, I can say he because the little woke reporter got mad at him during the interview and it switched from she to he. So that it really happened, but was going after because they're not real. They're fake. They don't count, which is pretty transphobic. Yeah. But he bragged about it, and the reason why he ran was because his bail was going to be at least $1 million. And the other thing was what Greg, I don't know why you left it out. I figured he'd be all up. In all those situations with those women, he was erect.
Right.
So he was not. It wasn't like whoops.
Yeah. No. He
was literally like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I didn't know how many. I knew that at least 2 of them that he was supporting.
But you can only do this if you hide behind femininity.
Yes.
Because he would have done that in the men's locker room once.
Yes. That is true.
And he would have been the one crawling to the front desk asking for help.
Yeah. You know what, Heather, I got to just bring up this part. The reporter goes, weren't you once caught without pants and masturbating while peering into the window of an 85-year-old woman? And his response is, What happened was this elderly man got up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, and his bathroom overlooks another yard and saw me masturbating. But even if it was masturbation, I don't have a problem because that's not illegal. It's only illegal if you're masturbating in someone's face, like George Michael. The guy knows the law, Heather.
Apparently not, because I think he has prior charges 2002, 2003, 2018 as a convicted sex offender. So I guess he forgets the law each time. As a mom of a 7-year-old, I would never, ever, ever allow a biological male, regardless of what you identify with, in a private space with my daughter or for them to expose themselves. And the spa's defense was, well, then you shouldn't be in here if you don't want to see nude, naked bodies. Well,
no biological women allowed.
Right.
That's a choice they're forcing. It is incredible. How much you want to bet he's going to be in a women's prison, Will?
Oh, that'll be awesome follow-up.
Yeah.
You know, they say at Jonestown, when people drank the Kool-Aid, they saw other people dying, and they continued to drink the Kool-Aid because that's what Jim Jones said they should do. You know, everyone around this story to me is almost as big of a perp as this guy is. To accept this false reality, for that spot, even if you give them the excuse of they would then be the target, for them to participate in this insanity.
Right.
For the articles that wrote this story up today, Greg, they continue to use the pronoun she.
Mm-hmm.
For us to participate in this insanity is drinking the Kool-Aid along the way to criminality.
You know what? I wish it was a delusion, because then you could say maybe they're not all cowards. But I just feel like it's a clash between the common sense of individuals, mothers, and this kind of like woke cowardice of the media. What do you think, Sonny?
Still back to white supremacy and their grandma. I'm not using your pronouns. I'm not interested in that. You know, go suck an egg. But here's what I want to talk about as far as you saying that you're hiding it behind femininity. No, that's not hiding it behind femininity. Because if you come up into the locker room or spa with me and my girls, yeah, you're gonna get run up out of there. So I think that the one thing we should do is do like what the Democrats did through Black Lives Matter and create that fund to get people out of jail when these situations come up. So if you come in, you run into a group of us, we are going to beat you out of the damn locker room. And then as long as we're going to be the ones arrested, because it's not going to be you that, you know, assaulted us with your penis. We're going to be the ones that get arrested. As long as there's a fund that will bail us out, you'll have more of us willing to, you know, the perverts behind. And I think that's the way you solve it. Let society do it.
The locker fund.
Obviously, Greg, the problem is words, right? Words hurt now. You know, men's room, women's room, it's offensive.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm willing to concede a point here.
No.
So we will take those words off, those racist words. I'm with you. We will take those off and put a picture of a penis on this one, and of what our best caricature of vagina would look like on that one, and say, whatever one you match, you go to the bathroom.
We're past,
That's a great idea.
Nobody's hurt.
you're past racism on this one, and we're moving into sexism and the patriarchy and all of that. You know, they
Just draw a
progress it and fake it.
It's a picture.
And you're gonna be like
An emoji.
Yeah, emoji, yes.
Because they're so adorable. Who doesn't love an emoji? A little happy vagina, little jaunty penis.
And then there comes the list
Everybody
of
will be
emojis
singing
you
and
can't
whistling,
use.
going to the bathroom.
All right. Up next, they want to form their own